Long before the pharaohs, before Greek gods and Norse sagas, there was a land where humans wrote their first words and asked their first question: who rules the world? That land was Sumer, the country between the Tigris and the Euphrates, the heart of ancient Mesopotamia. Here, people built the first cities, invented the wheel, the calendar, mathematics, and writing. But most importantly, they invented gods. Their world was sacred in every detail. Every river had a spirit, every grain had a guardian. Even a person's shadow was considered alive. For the Sumerians, faith wasn't a separate thing. It was life itself. While working in the fields, they felt the breath of Enlil, the god of wind. When thunder rumbled, they said, "Enki has spoken." They didn't just believe in myths, they lived inside them. And maybe that's why their story became the beginning of all religions that followed. Today, we'll look into the world where it all began, the mythology of Sumer, a world of gods, demons, and immortal ideas. In the beginning, there was water, a silent, endless abyss. The goddess Namu. From her came two primal beings, Anu, the god of the sky, and Ki, the goddess of the earth. Their union gave birth to Enlil, who split heaven and earth and breathed life into the world. After them came others: Enki, the god of wisdom, water, and magic; Inanna, goddess of love and war; Utu, the sun god of justice; and Nana, the god of the moon. But their world wasn't chaos. The gods met in a divine council, a heavenly assembly where human fates were decided. They argued, loved, betrayed, punished, as living beings only immortal. Each city had its protector, or, under the moon god Nana, Eridu, devoted to Enki; Nippur, to Enlil himself. Their temples, the mighty ziggurats, rose above the plains like bridges between heaven and earth. People climbed their steps to reach the divine, while priests wrote the will of the gods on clay tablets. When the younger gods grew tired, digging canals, carrying water, Enki proposed a solution. Let us create beings who will work for us. He mixed clay with divine blood and breathed life into it. Thus, humanity was born. But humans weren't the children of gods. They were their servants. Their duty was to labor, to care for the temples, to offer gifts. And when they forgot their purpose, disasters followed. Once, people became too loud and restless. Enlil decided to erase them from the earth. He sent a great flood. But one man, Ziusudra, built a great boat, saved his family and the animals. When the waters receded, the gods swore never to destroy the world again. It was the first flood in history, the story that much later became the legend of Noah. Every Sumerian god ruled not only over nature, but over order itself. Ninhursag, the mother of all life, creator of humans and animals. Ninjirsu, god of strength and courage, protector of warriors. Enlil, master of destiny, keeper of harvests and time. Even the stars and planets were living divine bodies. In temple schools, the Adubas, priest astronomers studied the heavens, connecting the motion of stars to the will of gods. This was the birth of astrology, a science that would later shape Babylon, Egypt, and Rome. Each temple was not only a house of worship, but an observatory. On the rooftops of ziggurats, people watched the sky, believing the gods spoke through light and shadow. To them, the heavens were a vast text, one that could be read if you knew the language of the divine. No god was as complex as Inanna. She was love and passion, but also fury and destruction. Her story became a symbol of power and rebirth. In the tale of Inanna's descent into the underworld, she decides to visit the realm of her sister Ereshkigal. At each of the 7 gates, she removes a symbol of power: her crown, her necklace, her robe. With each step, she loses strength until she stands naked and defenseless. Ereshkigal kills her and hangs her body on a hook. For 3 days and nights, the world above stands still. Love dies. Plants stop growing. Animals no longer mate. Then Enki creates 2 spirits who descend into Kur and revive Inanna with the water of life. But the law demands balance. Someone must take her place. Inanna chooses her lover, Dumuzi. Half the year he lives below, half above. And so was born the idea of life, death, and resurrection, the same that later shaped Greek and Christian thought.
In the Sumerian world, good and evil weren't opposites. They were balance. Demons weren't enemies. They were part of the order. The most famous among them was Pazuzu, the demon of wind. His face was terrifying, yet his image hung over cradles to protect infants from the she-demon Lamashtu, the thief of newborns. Even today, amulets of Pazuzu survive, with wings, lion's jaws, and the inscription, "I am Pazuzu, protector against the evil winds." There were others: Asag, the one who poisoned rivers; Gala, the taker of souls; Utuku, spirits of disease. To banish evil, priests used rituals of fire and water. On clay tablets remain the words, "May the demon burn like coal in rain. May his breath vanish with the wind." These were the first exorcisms in human history. For the Sumerians, magic wasn't superstition. It was a technology, a science of harmony between man and the world. After death, the soul descended into Kur, the underworld ruled by Ereshkigal and her husband, Nergal. Kur was no place of punishment or reward. It was eternal twilight. Souls ate dust and drank murky water. Even kings suffered the same fate as peasants. But Sumerians did not fear hell. They feared being forgotten. To keep a soul alive, the living had to bring bread, oil, and wine, speak the name of the dead, and place offerings in clay bowls. If no one remembered, the soul faded forever. Thus was born the cult of ancestors, alive even today in the funeral rites of Asia, the Caucasus, and the Middle East. The idea was simple: a person lives as long as they are remembered. The greatest of all Sumerian heroes was Gilgamesh, the king of Uruk. His story became the world's first epic. He defeated the monster Humbaba, killed the bull of heaven, but lost his friend, Enkidu. In despair, he set out to find immortality. At the edge of the world, he met Ziusudra, the very one who had survived the flood. Ziusudra said, "Immortality belongs to the gods. Your eternity lies in your deeds." Gilgamesh returned home and understood. Even if the body dies, the name and the work live on. It was the first human philosophy about the meaning of life. Not to fight the gods, but to create, to build, to leave a mark. His story became the seed of every heroic myth to come, from Odysseus to Batman. The hero does not seek eternal life. He seeks eternal memory. When Sumer disappeared, its myths did not. They passed to Babylon, to Assyria, and then to the Bible and the Quran. Enki became Ea, Inanna, Ishtar, Enlil, Bel, Anu, the supreme god. The story of the flood, the serpent of temptation, the garden of paradise, the idea of sin and judgment, all were born here. Even the word Eden comes from the Sumerian Edin, meaning plain. Astrology, the calendar, temple architecture, writing, all grew from one root, Sumer. Today, when we look at a flag, a cross, or a star, we still see the echo of that world. The five-pointed star, the sign of Inanna; the serpent on a staff, the mark of Enki; the winged sun, the image of Utu. Even the phrase "power from God" was a Sumerian invention. They were the first to unite science, art, and faith into one system. Their myths live in our books, our symbols, our words. All that remains of Sumer are clay tablets, but in those marks, the breath of humanity's first thoughts. They wrote on wet clay, not knowing their words would outlive empires. From clay they created not only man, but eternity itself. And when we speak today of destiny, of good, of sin, we still speak their language. Their gods have died, but their ideas live. And perhaps that is true immortality, when words survive time.